Recording? There we go. Hey guys, Sport to Death, and you're probably wondering why I haven't put out a video in a while, and that's because I'm actually on vacation. Alright, so today what we're going to do is I'm going to take the nephews and my brother, and we're actually going to go to the Daytona Arcade Museum, and we're going to check out a bunch of games from the 1970s to the mid-1990s. Also in the Daytona Arcade Museum are a bunch of cartridges that Atari buried in the desert in 1983 because they actually ran out of room in their warehouse, and they had to get rid of all the extra cartridges that no one was going to buy. All right, so now let's cut to the museum. Go. You're going to say hello to Angel. Yes. You want to be on the YouTube? You going to look at me? You going to look at the internet? Look at that face. Look at that sad face. Aw. We're totally exploiting this doggo here for extra views. Oh, there you go. Hey guys, Sport to Death, and welcome to the Daytona Arcade Museum. So, I had actually recorded a bunch of audio commentary right before, and was informed by SHAREfactory that there's only so many clips I can actually include. So, in order to finish the video, I had to go back and delete a lot of the audio commentary, because now I have to do it all in one shot, because, you know, that's just going to make it that much harder. So I'm going to provide a constant string of commentary up into the parts where I actually saved it, as we look at some awesome games that were dug out of the desert of New Mexico. That's right, these games were actually buried in New Mexico because Atari did not have anyone interested in buying them. They had a warehouse full of games that they had to surplus, and their solution was to dig a big hole in the desert and stick them in there and cover them up. Unfortunately, people did eventually figure out where the hole was. They dug up a lot of the games, and now you can see some of the games, as well as some of the desert, on display at the Daytona Arcade Museum. How many times can I say Daytona Arcade Museum in one video? Well, let's find out. I was originally going to do this as like a straight-up commentary, serious, hey, check out these video games, but, yeah, that didn't work out. That didn't work out at all. I just kept flubbing. Oh, look, there's Pong. Well, we know it's Pong. We're looking at Pong. There's Telestar. There's some awesome stuff here. But what do I say about it? Because it is a museum, and actually you could probably go there and check it out yourself. Admission is $20 for the entire day for an adult, and $15 for a child under 14. 14 or 12? I don't remember. It's not that expensive, and they give you little armbands so you can go in and out, and you can go out and get food and hang out at the boardwalk and then come back and play more video games. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of video games, and we're going to actually check out a few of them in a few minutes. And not just displays, but actual retro games that you can sit down and play. Some of them are actually these. I don't know if they had a Nintendo, but they definitely had an old PS2 that was out. Oh yes, this was actually really cool. This is the very first arcade game ever. You could get consoles at home, but like if you actually wanted to go out and play, what was the name of this game? Computer Space! There it is! That was the name of the game. It was Computer Space. I totally didn't remember the second time I did this. Oh, and this is the part of the video where we exploit children for views. Thank you, YouTube! Look at this adorable child. This is my nephew. He's playing pinball. You want to watch more videos of him playing pinball, don't you? Pinball? Yes? No? Adorable children? Yes? Come on! Like this video. Alright, so he did actually try a couple of the old school retro games, including this Mario game. I think this is actually just Super Mario, not Super Mario Brothers. Yes, no, maybe. I'm not sure. It actually plays a lot more like Joust than anything else. Mario can't jump on top of the turtle. He needs to grab a little power-up in the center of the screen in order to actually, defend himself. And there's random fireballs that just spawn out of nowhere. Look at that! So yeah, these games, they're just as hard now as they were when we were kids. And the kids today are just going to have as much trouble with them as we did growing up. There's no quarter given for old retro games. It's you're gonna get your butt handed to you, and that's how it is. It was an educational experience for Jason. Alright, moving on. Come on. There we go. Alright, so my other nephew, Alec, he actually started playing this game called Burger Time, which I have heard of and never actually sat down and seen. And apparently the premise of the game is you walk over pieces of lettuce and burger buns and try and get the pieces all the way to the bottom of the screen to assemble burgers. Now, you can hit the enemies with the burger bits, but I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because do you really want to eat your enemies in a hamburger? I didn't think so. Okay, and then this part was when I got my butt handed to me playing table hockey. Now, I have never actually played table hockey before. It was a new experience for me. It was really fun. It's not even a video game. It's actually a board game. Oh, hey, who's that guy? He's kind of ugly. Um, and then, as you can see in the video here, as much as I'm trying to defend my goal, my 9-year-old nephew just knocks the puck in and beats me. Yep. Unfortunately, his expertise at table hockey did not expend to pole position, which is a much, much harder game. I also played right after him and did no better than he did in this video, as he and I both crashed into a bunch of stuff. Okay, next segment. So we moved away from pole position and actually checked out Super Mario World, Super Mario Brothers, Hey, give me a break. I didn't have a Nintendo when I was growing up. I had a Sega Master System. We didn't actually have this game. I had friends who had this game. I played at a friend's house. It was just as frustrating then as it is now for him. So after we got done playing Super Mario, we found Tron. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the old Tron video game, but it actually has 4 different mini games from the movie Tron, if you guys have seen the movie Tron. The first one is the one with the bikes, where you're supposed to outwit your opponent and kind of get them to crash into the trail that you leave behind. Didn't do too well on that one. There's like a couple of other ones. You remember the tank from Tron, where you actually have to drive around the little tank, and then there's one where you have to get into the little circle here, and they're just going to send a bunch of guys to you. You get like 3 lives, and you have to, I think, beat all 4 games in order to beat the game. But as you beat the game, the mini games actually just get harder and harder. You get a better score, which is actually what a lot of the old school games are about. It's more about getting a good score instead of actually finishing them. So one of the really cool games that I have never seen before or heard of before is this flight simulator from Japan, Landing High Japan. So the entire game basically is you pick a plane, as we'll see Jaysen do here in a few minutes as he gets his controls down. And the whole point of the game is just to take off and land. It's actually got fairly realistic flight controls. It's got 2 separate sticks for throttles for both your left and right side. So you can actually control the engines independently. It actually has a real flight stick. It's got real resistance to it. And it even has... what the heck are those things called? The ones that actually make the plane go left and right without actually banking. Yeah, those pedals on the plane that actually make the plane turn. It's a rudder. That's what it is. It's a rudder. It's totally a rudder. Yeah, words. Good. Me. So, this is actually much harder when you're not playing a game and actually providing commentary for what you're doing on screen. You're providing commentary for things that happened in the past. Look at that! That's the past! That was a week and a half ago, I think. That's when he was going to fly all the way from point A in Japan to point B in Japan, and if I had been paying more attention, I would have actually seen the names of the cities, but that's not the important part. The important part is, now he's going to take off, and he's going to land. And he's going to do much better than I did, because he actually got the plane back down on the ground, and when I played this game, I crashed and all the people screamed and died. So, yeah, if you have to pick a pilot in an emergency situation, you would want to take my 9-year-old nephew instead of me, because you have a better chance of getting out of the plane alive. If it's one of those freaky situations where, like, the captain has a heart attack and then the co-pilot is, I don't know, completely drunk and can't fly the plane, or they both have a case of amnesia or stuff like that. I don't know. Yep. Yeah, I do this the whole video. I have absolutely no script. I have no idea what to say. I keep going on these clips and segments, and I'm like, I want to show you the game, because this is actually really cool, because he's actually going to take off here. I think I helped him a little bit, because I didn't think he knew the way a flight stick worked. And there are a lot of really cool games in the Daytona Arcade Museum, but I can't show you any of the audio because it's all full of copyrighted music. Damn you, copyrighted music! Damn you right to hell! You guys know how much I love copyrighted music. Alright, so enough of this sickening explosion. Also just found out that I have a limited number of clips that I can use in order to record this, so I had to go back and delete some of the earlier commentary and do it over. this is Operation Wolf. This is actually a game that I used to play when I was a kid, in both the arcades, and they actually had it in this one pizza place where we actually got really good pizza for a while. I think they replaced it with Strider after a while. And no, we didn't see Strider here, although I was looking for it. Yes, so no pressure. Just have to record all the commentary for the rest of the video. This is one of the Soul Calibur games. They're actually playing it on PS2. They actually have a bunch of consoles set up in the back of the Daytona Arcade Museum. Plugged it again, where you can just go and sit down and actually play these. This is Jaysen playing against no one. Then Alec got to try Street Fighter II Championship Edition in an arcade, actually. Now, the boys don't normally play fighting games, and I'm not going to put too much of this segment on here because I think it's like 5 minutes of Street Fighter, and, well, crap. What do I say about 5 minutes of Street Fighter? I mean, I played Street Fighter. I didn't include that clip. What am I doing? Why am I rambling? Why don't I just stop this? Why don't I stop this? Why do I keep going? I could stop this and cut this at any point. I could cut this at any point. I could stop this pain. I could stop this painful commentary and actually just move on to the next and final clip. But I don't. I just keep going. I keep rambling like some kind of madman. Why am I doing this? I'm insane! Somebody please stop me! No one is stopping me! I'm just gonna make an ass of myself on YouTube. I'm gonna totally make an ass of myself for the next 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Oh god. Okay, so that's enough of that. But yes, we did finish our trip by actually playing the very first video game, Pong. As far as I know, it is the very first video game. There may be others out there that predate it. I don't know. I'm not going to look that up. It's the internet. Somebody will correct me if they care enough. So anyway, we did have a lot of fun at the Daytona Arcade Museum. There's actually a Daytona racing game right next to Pong, if you guys have seen it. I used to have that one in an arcade where I actually worked, so that was cool. So yes, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed our trip to the Daytona Arcade Museum. If you're in the Daytona area, drop by, check it out. I had a lot of fun, and I'll probably go back the next time I'm down there. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.